Welcome to Solutions Rising. I'm Rachel Branch, and I am delighted and honored that Mr. Bob Davis is joining me today, a musician extraordinaire, and we have quite a show planned, and it's going to be a whole show of high notes. Welcome, Bob.
Hi, Rachel.
I'm thrilled that you're here.
It's an honor to be here and looking forward to entertaining and educating the people about the culture and music of the Middle East and all around the world.
And you're the number one person to be doing this.
Well, maybe in North Adams, but...
Oh, I think you have a little international experience you're going to tell us about.
I do.
So let's start with some background information about you and your musical aspirations and achievements, how it started.
Well, I started as a young child in my parents' home. My mother and father were both very musically inclined, both singing and playing musical instruments. My father, he sang in the church choir. He could play the piano. He could play the instrument, the oud that I'm going to be playing soon. And his mother came to America in the early 1900s from Lebanon. And she was quite an influence on me because I always remember her sitting in the living room after supper, singing songs from her childhood, and my father accompanying her with the oud, and I would play the derbaki, they call it, or tabla. It's a hand drum. And my father, he was always an entertainer. He traveled all over the Northeast. He never traveled international, but he played many haflis, parties, maharajans for Middle Eastern weddings and parties and stuff. And he had musician friends coming to our house all the time. So he and my grandmother and my mother were all a great influence on my musical ability. I mean, I've always heard music in the house, even though I never took any music lessons until I went to college. I always started out playing either the piano or the guitar, American drums, the Middle Eastern drums. So it was always by ear, my whole foundation.
It's a great gift, but also to have that influence in the home with your parents and your grandmother.
Yeah, it was really a lot of fun. Like I say, and every time we had company, they'd all come down, we would eat, we would drink, and then we would start playing music, and people would be dancing in the living room, dining room, whatever. It was really a great inspiration for me to learn the instrument that I'm playing a lot now. I never really got a chance to start to play this until I was probably 16, 17, 18. My father just said, "Here, I want to show you this. Here, just play a few notes on this." And he got me started on it, and then I just practiced and practiced until I got to where I am today. Obviously, I've also been to different educational facilities to learn how to play this professionally. Even though I did the best I could with my family playing, we started out with my brothers and sisters and stuff, and but then I started meeting higher level musicians and started playing with them and meeting, all kinds of different people throughout my journey until in the year 2000, I started going to this thing called the Arab Music Retreat at Mount Holyoke College in South Hadley. And that was an eye-opener for me because there I learned the classical maqam, which are the scales of Arabic music, the ikar, which are the rhythms. I learned the technical part of music, even though when I studied there, we had to play 2 chamber music pieces and 3 orchestration pieces. I was like really, drawn back because all these musicians that I'm playing with were professional musicians, ethnomusicologists. I mean,
a little intimidating.
Yeah, well, was I ever? Because I never could. I mean, I could read sheet music because I took courses at MCLA, or at that time it was called North Adams State College, with Dr. Dwight Killam and Christine Conderas, who's now the director of music up there. But that's where I first learned actually how to read sheet music and stuff, and played the piano for 1 semester and then took applied music guitar for another semester. But like I was telling you before, I did my final exam, 5 pieces of music by memory. And Dr. Killam was so impressed that he gave me his own personal piano. And I did the same with the guitar. I learned the pieces. I read the sheet music. I played them slowly, but once it got into my mind, then I was able to play it by memory.
Oh, that's a fantastic gift. So this is called an oud?
Oh, yes.
And
This
is this like your favorite instrument?
Yeah,
or
right now
the
it
one
is.
You're
Yeah.
playing the most?
Yeah, this
You want to
instrument.
describe this?
Yeah, this instrument is the mother instrument of the lute and the grandfather instrument of the guitar. It's all wood. There's no metal parts in it. The pegs are wood. The fingerboard, there's no frets in it, so you have to know exactly where you're going to put your finger to get the sound.
Doesn't the lute go way, way back?
The lute goes way back, but this instrument goes back over 5,000 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's a rumor that this instrument, the oud, was invented by the fifth grandson of Adam. I mean, Adam and Eve.
Adam, yes, as in Adam and Eve.
Yeah, as in Adam and Eve. But I don't know if that's true or not. But that's
It
some of
sounds
the thing.
beautiful.
But I mean, this instrument has 6 pairs of strings, and the bass string is by itself. The inlay, sometimes this inlay is mother of pearl and ivory. The back is round, as you can see. It's kind of like I don't know, what you would call this, a teardrop type thing here. But the pegs are made out of wood. And this instrument, the plectrum, the pick, they call it a rishi, was originally an eagle's feather. They took the end of the eagle's feather and they used this. But because this is not like,
Whoop,
I know I have to shut that off.
that's all right. Somebody trying to get into a little music with us. That's okay.
What is this stupid thing? There we go. Sorry about that.
No big deal.
Yeah. So
A little
this instrument.
side
Yeah.
music, a little side note. Now, before you start, before the show, you were showing something
The
inside.
rosette in
Did you
here.
have this made?
I had this rosette, the inside thing here. It's the cedar of Lebanon. The cedar of Lebanon is it's on the national flag of Lebanon. The cedar of Lebanon, back in the days of Solomon, the Solomon's castle and stuff, his temple or whatever, was made from the cedars of Lebanon. The cedar is so important, and Lebanon is so important, it was mentioned over 70 times in the Bible. Because Lebanon, it was right next to Israel, where Jesus and all the apostles, and they walked through the road to Damascus through Lebanon. But very religious country Lebanon is. Some of the first Christian churches were built in the mountains in Lebanon, built right inside the mountains because they were afraid, with the I don't want to say it. Yeah, the crucifixion of Jesus. They didn't want to be martyred or killed, so they actually built their first churches inside the wall. And I've been there. I've been in those first things.
I've been to Beirut too in October of 1966. I loved it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Incredible international city.
But anyways, back to some of the instruments. This oud here, I'll just show you this a little bit, and I'll just play a few of the notes. The notes are C, a G, and D, and A, and this is a bass of this G, and this is a bass of the D. So the plectrum, this risha, you can do. So it gives you a lot of flexibility to do tremolos. So this is like the main accompanying instrument of the vocalists throughout the Middle East, throughout Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Jordan, Tunisia, Egypt, Morocco,
Libya.
Libya,
Where I lived for 2 years.
Iran, Iraq, all of the whole Middle Eastern, all around the Mediterranean, all the way even up to Greece. I mean, the Greek people, they play the oud as well. And when I was growing up, I played with Greek musicians. I played with Turkish musicians, Egyptian musicians, Syrian musicians, Israeli, from Israel musicians. And at the retreat, all of us played together. There's musicians from all over the world, and not just the Middle East, from Japan and China and Russia. I mean, countries all, Australia, I also record all of the concerts, and then I send them out to these people. And Dave Fabiano will tell you that he looks through the list of people that I know, and they're all over the world.
And of course, you and I both agree that music is just the international language.
Oh, absolutely.
It crosses every border, and
absolutely.
It's about human beings and joy.
Yeah. I've met some unbelievable people, Rachel. I mean, from every aspect of life, to international stars that come to this retreat to either teach or learn different styles of music. People that were students at this retreat and then became superstars, in the United States, like Michael Ibrahim. He was one of my roommates and a student. He's now the conductor of the National Arab Orchestra out in Michigan.
Oh my goodness.
Dearborn. Yeah, unbelievable. Before I even went there was a guy named Marcel Khalifi, who's like one of the biggest stars in Lebanon today. Now we have the head of the retreat. His name is Simon Shaheen. He plays the oud and the violin. He teaches at Berkeley. He's you want to talk about a phenomenal musician and educator, that's him, Simon Shaheen.
Well, this is not your first show on NBCTC, so people can find your other shows.
I have edited parties that I've played at, concerts, a retreat, the entire Arab music retreat, which is probably like 2 hours long. And now this show here, the last month I did a show which we'll show later at the Shea Theater in Turner's Fall, Massachusetts. I bring Dave in. He allows me to take the camera and videotape our concerts, our performances, and we bring them back here. And it seems to be very popular. The people enjoy it. And it's not just the Arabic people. People from every ethnic background enjoy it. Because Middle Eastern music, believe it or not, is the origin of music. I mean, and we were talking before about the Quran. Not only is the language, but the musical scales that we play come from the Quran. They're called maqam. Maqam are scales that don't just include, let's say, for instance, on the piano, when you have the C note, and then you go a half a note higher, it's a C sharp, and then a half a note higher, it's the D, and so on and so forth. They're half-tone increments. In Middle Eastern music, we have microtones. They're not exactly quarter tones. It's almost like you can cut the keys in half again to play these. It gives it a whole different flavor. So these maqam, or in plural maqamet, are what we learn at these retreats. Even though I played them all before I went to this educational thing, I never knew what they were called. If somebody said, "Can you play this song, Longa Nahwan?" Now, Nahwan is one of the scales, one of the maqam, and it's played, in Nahwan. You have to play the notes in order up the scale. Or can you play, Hijaz on D, which means you have to play certain notes to get to this scale. So I didn't know that, but now I know that. But I still, like I say, even though I can read the sheet music, I can play it but I certainly do every concert play by ear. Which gives you one thing, it gives you the ability to improvise. If a singer sings a little bit higher, you can start the song at a higher note and follow the singer, so that's nice. If you don't know how to do that, you have to transpose all the notes. Some of these classically trained musicians that only read sheet music,
You'd have to have a totally separate piece of sheet music to be able to do it.
They actually do.
I can't transpose.
Yeah, it's very hard. But anyways, it's really enjoyable for me to play all this kind of music. So
are you going to play a little bit?
I'll play a little bit, and I'll just show you some of the other instruments. This is called a rick, R-I-Q. It looks like a tambourine. It's got these zills, these cymbals on it. It's tunable. There's a little Allen wrench that you can turn the skin. The old days, the skin used to be out of goat skin or fish skin. They stretch it across it, and then you'd have to heat it up to make it taut. But the rick player hits the skin with this ring finger to get this doom sound, and then when you put your finger on it, it kind of has this tech, they call it tech sound, so you can go. And then if you want to incorporate the zills, so, and there's different rhythms. This rhythm, Maksum, is for fast dancing. And then you can have this other rhythm called a samai. Doom, ala tak, ala doom, doom, tak. 1, 2, doom, tak, doom, doom, tak. Rest, rest. So it's a... Now, for something like that, you also can accompany with this goblet shaped instrument. This is called a tabla, or a darbuka, or darbaki, depending on what country you're from.
It's beautiful.
This is made in Egypt. It's very expensive. This is probably $500-600. You can see that it has inlay mother of pearl. It's made out of aluminum. It's got a fiber skin head. Gawat al-Fan is the name of this. And this also, it has that doom sound in the tech. Typically, the musician will hold it down here on the left or the right side.
Wow.
So this keeps the rhythm going, and they call the rhythms Ika, I-Q-A. And there's numerous, dozens of different rhythms. And if you read the sheet music when we're playing compositions, they will tell you what rhythm the music is in. So, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say we don't want to miss the program we're going to show in Holyoke with the belly dancer.
Oh yeah. We'll show that. We'll show
shortly.
that soon. So let me just play this before, like I tell you, this samai, this. So the drummer, that would be the rhythm. And then the musicians would start. If that was too low and the singer said, can you go up to the next string, I would start it here or here. That's kind of a religious type song that they would sing. So that religion would be slow. If you wanted a faster type rhythm, they call it a longa. And it would be a nahawan. It would sound something like this. Yeah, it's fancy.
So much nostalgia for me. It takes me right back to when I lived in Tripoli.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice. So What else would you like to talk about?
I want you to introduce this piece that we're going to listen to because I don't want to run out of time.
Oh, okay.
So if you would introduce
This
that.
is a show that we did October 4th, I think. It was at the Shea Theater in Turner's Fall, Massachusetts. It's a song called Laylat Hab. It's composed by Muhammad Abdul Wahab, a very famous Egyptian composer for the Egyptian diva Kulthum. So I think Dave will play that. And the belly dancer that's dancing with us, her name is Sahina.
Oh, I think that's just awesome, Bob. I just can't wait till, well, you must come back. We must do another show.
I will definitely come back. I'll try and
And you
bring-
have several groups.
I have this group called the Zaytuns, which means olive in the Middle East. I have a professional six-piece ensemble that I play with. I have the Pioneer Valley Arab Music Ensemble that's in Northampton, Pioneer Valley, and I have the orchestra at Mount Holyoke College at the Arab Music Retreat.
So I think we'll have to put on the community calendar here so people can go and see these different
Absolutely.
programs. I am just so grateful that you were here.
Thank you for having me.
It's just a
And,
joy. This was just so much
I know
fun.
you can't squeeze all this into a half an
No,
hour
no,
show, so
no.
we'll come back
Oh,
and
absolutely, absolutely.
have fun.
And if each one of us picked up one problem and solved it, imagine the incredible view we would all have of solutions rising. And gosh, Bob Davis and his music is certainly a solution rising every time he plays his music and all the people that it touches their lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rachel. It's been a pleasure being here. Take care.